We have been in the AI for the last 2 years. Our workforce is AI, literate, if I have to put it, because the moment the ChatGPT has come in, we were starting to leverage that to do our day-to-day operation as well internally. That means our workforce is equipped with the knowledge.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Grow IT podcast. One of your hosts here, Trey King. And today we're very excited to have our guest, Sushma Maganti from Maganti IT Resources. And we'll be diving into her story a little bit today, as well as what it is her company does, and then some engaging insights, as always, into the technology industry. So make sure to stick around for this one. But without further ado, Sushma, welcome. Thanks for hopping on today.
Thanks, Greg. Trek, sorry. um, I thank you for having me here, and I really appreciate for having this call. And I had quite few conversations earlier in the podcast, so this is a good opportunity for us to kind of get into it. Um, where did I start my journey? Um, it started out like 25 years in the technology space. So
Oh,
I've been in the industry for about these 25 years, more started as the very big newbie in the market and
yeah.
slowly growing up and learning what the grand scheme of things has to offer, and then built up step by step and over a period of time have come to a stage where I realize what the things are in the market, in the tech space, and able to navigate through the mm, nuts and bolts through the space, and help the talent, the tech talent, also the newbies who are in the market, to kind of cope up with their challenges in the market. Because in itself, it's an area where it's a it's actually very good. Like, if I have to put it, this is my perspective, I will say. Um, it's it's just like in any other system. We need to navigate the system, understand the what do we say, like the instructions. If we follow the instructions and really understand and practice it, I think we will succeed.
Succeed.
But yeah.
It- tell me, Sushma, how did you? You mentioned obviously you've been doing this for quite some time. What was it like initially that got you into this business sector?
So the business part, it's a story that had to that was that we build a company because we have to support our uh, like the colleagues who are having difficulty, and also the clients who had the need for the business, the need for their business, because because we always dealt with small to medium sized companies. My journey has always started with the startup companies, and then gradually moved on to the enterprise companies. So the need in
Okay.
the small to medium sized companies is a lot of operational activities will be mostly handled by very few people. So we will end up wearing multiple hats, right from the. So I'm a full stack developer as I started out. So I learned how to put up the infrastructure. I learned how to put up the database, and I've learned how to put up the whole systems in place. So, um,
Quite,
not knowing the
quite.
fact that there is a SaaS platform, we have both a long time ago.
My
So that's
word.
how we so that's how we kind of helped many of our clients who were there. Like, when we started to move out, we started to partner with them, talk to them, and help them to grow in their technology space. So that's how we built up our company. And then we started, because our company is more of like a service based and as well as a solution based. So in the mid market space, we are more solutions, and in the more of the enterprise world, we are more of consulting and staffing. So that's the space we operate in.
Okay.
Um, I mean, our sweet spot is always mid-market, though.
Understood. Tell me, tell me, Sushma, based on your expertise, these days, like, what would you say, is there some new or current market trends that you are aware of? What way are the winds blowing these days? What's happening out there?
I mean, always there is always the hype cycle, right?
Yeah.
When there are new trends that come in, like AI, quantum, and also there's always the word called better, right? So I mean, I'm better than the other, but I mean, but is it actually the value that we are giving to the clients, or is it something that I'm doing the same thing as others, right? So
Yeah.
we have to, I mean, is it the unique value proposition? Do I have to build up all of these hype words, or do I have to give them the actual value? That's the core of what we kind of do. So, I mean, I mean, there is a lot of AI pieces there. There's a lot of quantum computing, which we haven't really explored, but there is a lot more that is coming in. But in a
Mm.
grand scale, to understand, this is my perspective. I'll not kind of go with the industry perspective. Is like, oh, okay, there is a lot of things that are coming in. We kind of have to build up to it. We have to build up to the whole thing, and we need to plug into the bigger scheme. But unless the hype comes down, the reality pitches in, right? The reality is how much of our talent really are exposed to the bigger mass market things, and how much of them are they able to explore and really attain the value out of these AI and
Yeah, I fully
quantum
get.
and many other the aspects of it. I
Yeah, I
mean,
agree with you fully. I agree.
maybe only a 10% of the population. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is that, I agree with you that, the technology is evolving so much at the moment that you obviously we need workforce that's up to date, and relevant when it comes to
Right.
the new technology. So, I fully understand that. I think this might be a good time that, if you don't mind, just to explain to the listeners, what is it that your company does?
I mean, basically, our company, more of as I mentioned, we support in the manufacturing company, and we support the manufacturing companies in their technology operations, more of in the software development and software engagement aspects. So we provide them the solutions in the e-commerce applications and integrations into their ERPs and analytics that we kind of will, and also the data engineering aspects. So that is the main grand scheme that we kind of gear towards. But obviously, as I mentioned, um, some companies definitely need solutions depending upon the size of the companies. Some companies definitely need only the talent because they have their internal teams, project management teams who can drive these things. So we kind of provide tech talent or technology solutions in both the aspects when the what the client needs. We operate based on what the client needs.
Understood. The What would you say? Because you've already mentioned like a lot of, good value points. The good value that you guys bring to the table. Out of From your perspective, what would you say is like the most significant value, right, that your business bring to other businesses? That you would say this is the biggest thing why companies choose to make use of us.
I mean, so when the clients come, right, they come with a problem. So they come with a problem saying, like, I need this solution
Mm.
in a much, I mean, like I want this delivery to be done like in 3 months. Some clients will come in 3 months. So it's about how do we make them realize, like, depending upon the size of the problem. And it I mean, I had a client the other day. They wanted their website to be rebuilt period of time. So we need to kind of break them out in phases for them. Okay, so let's kind of do what the immediate need is, and then make them realize it, and then help them transition it into a phase where, okay, this is how we will progress, and then deliver it. That is the immediate thing the clients really jump on, because we are trying to solve their problem right then and there. It's not like, oh, I'll come back and kind of tell you what needs to be done. It's like then and there we try to solve the problems for them, kind of come up with a phased approach. Obviously, we may not talk about budget at that point of time, but am I giving
Yeah.
that assurance that I am going to help you in what you need to be done? That's all it matters. So the clients, so any type of problem in the technology space, whether I may not be able to do it, but can I assemble the team? Can I
I
assemble the
get what you're
team
saying.
to really put together the problem, the understand the problem, and really bring the value for them? That is how we kind of deliver, especially in the mid market, because in the small to medium sized companies, I mean, they don't need a whole lot of huge team members, where
Yeah.
we can, and they kind of outsource it, or they want to
Mm.
consult it, or we can provide them that kind of services.
All right. And then tell me from a, looking into the future and your plans for obviously Q1, quarter one is around the corner, right? So, what if you guys have any growth plans that you guys are currently, having a look at? And if you don't mind, just to share about, the next steps for Maganti IT Resources.
So we have been in the AI for the last 2 years. I mean, our workforce is AI, I mean, literate, if I have to put it, because the moment the ChatGPT has come in, we were starting to leverage that to do our day-to-day operations as well internally. That means our workforce is equipped with the knowledge. So AI is a tool to them, not something like to replace or anything for that matter. So that is how our workforce has been built and being literate about the AI. And we conduct sessions internally to kind of build up to them. So when we kind of go to the market for the clients, what
Yep.
in the grand scheme, so we kind of propose them what the AI can do and how it can cut short some of the traditional way of doing things, and how we can really bring the value for them. So those are the aspects that we kind of have put together for our next set of activities that we are planning for 2025. The goal of 2025 is basically more of trying to reach out to the manufacturing clients and provide them with the I mean, discuss the challenges that in the industry and how we have been solving it for similar sized companies with different type of solutions that we have been putting together in the AI space.
Excellent. That's good projection for 2025. I think you guys are going to be busy. It's
Absolutely.
a lot of work and a lot of planning, right? Like,
Yeah. And we are actually supporting a lot of clients right now in that space, and they are very happy with what we have done. And their operational efficiency has been increased, and obviously they are seeing the ROI for the work that we are doing.
yes,
Definitely. And it's like land and expand type of strategy that we kind of employ because we need to be successful and deliver them what we can do, and then kind of expand on certain activities with the clients also, to build upon their trust.
to build on the trust, right? Got it. I actually would like your opinion. If we can maybe just take a step back and look at business in general and your experience. You know, in your opinion, what type of mindset would you say is like needed to really be a successful founder of a company?
In my experience, I'll tell you, I've been in the business a lot more and over the years, and because of that, it's like, I mean, because I'm an introvert, I myself is an introvert, so I kind of like to operate. Being a developer, I like to sit and work on my computer and try to um, I feel more confident in communicating with my computer and the systems rather than communicating with the people, and in that sense. But
Got
in order for us to be more successful, so it's like bringing ourselves back to the basics of who we are as individuals while we were growing up. So it's about, we've been having good friends, relationships, and things. And sometimes I feel like putting ourselves too much into the computers really distracted us to be here, or like separated, divided us to be here from the relationships. So putting us back into the relationships have and being on the business and trying to be available for the clients more often on how we can help them out and building out the trust. Because I strongly started to believe it's like people always work with people. People like to purchase things or um, work with people only. It's not about the systems or the businesses, right? So the mindset have shifted in our organization to be building the relationships
Mm.
within the company and outside the company. So we started to apply a lot more engagement activities outside the company and within the company to build and nurture that relationships with the partner companies or even the client companies. So that's how we are shifting our mindset. So
Mindset.
it definitely seen some results, and because we have expanded our network and we are seeing the value, and obviously doing that, it actually is helping us to retain the teams, because our teams are seeing the value because they are growing internally on the professional level and as well as the technical level, because we are a
Mm.
small company and our team end up wearing multiple hats in doing different activities. So
Yeah, I think
they're never disengaged from the activity. Yeah,
got it. The what I'm thinking now, like you just mentioned as well, for from a mindset is to, like you mentioned, you weren't a person that necessarily was always on the front line when it came to talking to people and putting yourself out there. The same with the business, and like to be able to evolve, right? And to
exactly.
take those things on, and like always a learning curve, and always takes on new challenges. So that's such good advice. Having said that, what would you say are some of the most important things, if you don't mind, just to mention one or two important things that you've like learned in your career? I'm just thinking about the young entrepreneurs wanting to enter the market, that's got those aspirations. What advice would you give them?
I mean, one thing I'll tell them is like they need to establish the stronger relationships, and then they can definitely in people will help people. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
you want to build something, you're passionate about something, just build the relationships, and people will be very eager to support you. People will be very eager to help you to grow, because that's the nature of the human
Yes.
race.
Good point
So
you're making. Yeah, I agree. I fully
so
agree.
I mean, there are inhibitions for us, but however, we underlying has the core of us is to be consciously be helping the other person, the next person in the world. So always uh, start to help and get the help. So give and take. It's always give and then take, because it's not like take and give, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
never take and don't. It's always give and take. You help and you get the help. So that's the mindset. These are the things we learned as we were growing up,
Yes,
but we kind of lose sight of these things as we are during the transition phase. But I guess we will come back to these basics. So I really strongly urge the younger generation, even to the fact that my kids, so that you continue to do, don't lose sight of things, and continue to kind of connect into the ecosystem all the time, and you will see the results.
the results. Well, that is such good advice, and thank you for coming on today. You've enlightened us with what you guys do. I can fully understand the value and the relationships that you built with your clientele. That is was quite profound, and yeah, we'd like to have you back on sometime again, man. This was great. Just before I let you go, where can the listeners, where can they get hold of you guys?
Um, so they can reach out to us at www.mitresource.com, and we are also available on LinkedIn. And there we have, I mean, we are very much active on LinkedIn, and you can always reach out to me personally. I'm also active on LinkedIn. My name is Sushma Maganti, and you will get to know my name from the podcast. So definitely looking forward to connect with many people and brainstorm ideas. I'm always open to listening and helping.
Oh, excellent. Sushma, thank you very much. All the best to you and your company going forward.
Thank you, Craig. Nice talking to you. Bye.